ensure that our prices, or we are doing, is the lowest. It's a strategy we are pursuing. It's one of our strategies. If you look at Louis Vuitton, it's our own strategy. There is no logic to it. Everybody, okay, let me say the Platinum partners are getting domain names at the same price. So everybody decides what to sell. Maybe because not too many people buy that everybody is able to afford a domain and host their website. We are doing like Henry Ford in America. Every home must have a car. Our own goal is that every Nigerian must have a domain and hosting. That is it. Your business is bound to be in pandemonium. Please, have it at the back of your mind.
At this point, I say, now, wow. With the way round of applause now, please. This internet thing can be very interesting. 20 years ago, I was managing it. That there's a new way to send message to her son in the US. And so she's always having to beg people, to take rice, palm whatever. So can we use that new way to send the message that she wants to send to her son in the US? Amazing. And today, the internet has moved so far, and it's been an amazing journey. Next speaker. I know the program needs to move. At least when I'm not asking you. If you haven't taken your tea and your breakfast, you have a voucher with you. Can you please use this time to go pick it up, because the breakfast table is going to close. We're moving on. So if you're yet to do that, please do that now. Thank you. But don't disturb the hall. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rotimi Olifade. I'm a web advisor supervisor with tfhost.ng. And I'll be talking to you about reseller, an option for entrepreneurs. Our partners and prospective partners as well. I'll be talking to you on the business angle here. Mr. President and my colleague, the reseller. A reseller, the features, pricing, and content. My predecessors have said, you do not need technical knowledge to become web hosting industry. All you just need, because web hosting revolves around technical business. So, who can be a reseller? Web developers. We have a lot of us here. Value-added resellers, system integrators of web hosting, and the ability to interact with customers in a positive manner can be, since most of the job is just customer service. Like I said, less of the technical knowledge. Though you will need a little technical knowledge, at least you should be able to send emails, at least, to become a reseller. So where should you start from? The first thing you need to do is to become a reseller is to find a web host provider. You are satisfied, a web host provider that you are satisfied with and can trust to provide a reputation of customer satisfaction. Once this is done, you just follow the registration procedures of the web host provider to set up the account. You will be asked to fill out the application when the account is set up. Then you create your website to sell your services. Now, why should you choose a reseller program? There are lots of business opportunities in the web, in domain and web hosting reseller business. There are very much of them. But you can do, one of them is the affiliate program, where you can earn some commission. have cookies that are stored on anybody's browser. They tend to stay for a while, some 3 months, some of us there. Most of us may not have the financial capability to set up a web hosting company, as it requires a lot. It requires technical knowledge, it requires finance, a lot of finance, especially in Nigeria. If you were outside the country, you may need less. Because in Nigeria, you need to power your servers with electricity, power your servers with internet and manpower. But you may not be able to access this rights. So becoming a reseller it means being a reseller, you can generate additional steady and decent reseller income by forwarding traffic to your reseller store or introducing your hosting company to your existing clients. Becoming a reseller has a lot of benefits. Alright? You can become, being a reseller is also a form of collaboration as well. You meet a web hosting company, I want to start reselling your products, and then you get your own profits. You set your profits, you set your prices with your profit margin. You do not have to maintain equipment. Starting from server maintenance, technical support, control panel updates, hardware expenses, and all this is included and professionally operated by your hosting provider. When you meet a hosting provider, you do not need to. When you are reselling for a hosting provider, it gives you a module. Some will give you a white label front end for you to resell, a white label store for you to for traffic from your store. Now, you can provide other services in conjunction with selling. This literally means that you can have a lot of businesses in conjunction with your web hosting reseller business. It does not have to just be hosting reseller alone, as that is as easy as it is. If you were handling the technical aspects, handling the access to hosting small, medium, and now there is increased flexibility. You control the overall resource allocation to fit your client's needs. It is always free and easy to upgrade. Now you get saving on overall hosting costs. Now, what are the technical expertise required to become a reseller? Most web host companies will provide technical support for your clients. Yes. However, basic knowledge on how to register new domain names and hosting accounts, as well as edit existing domain records for your customers, are necessary. You will have customers that need to point their domain to a hosting provider. They are very basic knowledge that you can even teach your customers and even have a knowledge base about this. Do you need a host? They are virtually one at random. One of the things stick to the 99.9% uptime. Now let me explain something here. A 99.9 uptime is a policy and is a rule for any hosting company that chooses to adopt to it. Having a 99.9 uptime does not mean that your site did not go down. It is not 100%. At least you have 0.01% of downtime. And this will mean in a year that your site may or will go down 8 hours in a year. But it's very minute, you may not observe that. This leaves rooms for any necessary server maintenance that might temporarily bring your site offline. Some hosting companies will even reimburse you for any time that's over their guaranteed uptime. If we offer you 99.9 uptime and your ability, you would want your site to grow with you as you proceed in your business. Hopefully, your site won't stay the same size for its entire life. If you're starting a site, then you probably want it to be a success. Usually, this means traffic. Like someone complained, the questions that were answered about bandwidth. Bandwidth is not just, let me just explain what, if you exceed your bandwidth, it doesn't just mean that you get a lot of traffic to your site, because bandwidth balances both the size of the website and the traffic that it receives. both download and upload. That is how your bandwidth is calculated, and all these things are verifiable from your control panel if your hosting provider provides you with a control panel. So you want to look for a host that can grow with you. Hopefully your site won't stay the same size for its entire life. Over time, what you require from a host will change. Yes, dedicated server for your application. Now, when choosing a host, make sure they offer scalable packages. Yes, most Nigerian hosting companies do. We offer scalable hosting packages. If you start, you can start small, which means you can start small. You can get a private, you can get a small plan of say 2,000 naira per year. And when your bandwidth or your size, the size of your application grows, it is very easy to scale up without any second of downtime. It's often much easier to find a host that you can stick with for a long time and change hosts oftentimes. Now, solid customer support. Customer support is something you really don't think about until it is late. For some reason, your website is offline and no matter what you do, you got an exhibition the next day. That scenario doesn't sound funny to anyone. For this reason, you want to test support yourself. You can actually test support before buying any host account from any hosting company. Contact them, send them a chat, send them an email, and see their response time. This will enable you to gauge how much and how fast that they can support you. Submit a question or two and ensure their methods of support work for you. For example, some companies only offer email support with the ticketing system, while others include live chat, phone support, WhatsApp, and others. Last, a solid host will have an educational blog, a knowledge base, along with a resource, resource management system that should be able, we should be hosting to achieve the pooling and accessibility of resources needed to, it's what's in where the bulk of your data will be stored. And if you have, I may not need to stretch more on this because the president and my colleague Kananto have dwelled so much on this, and we understand, I believe that we understand now that the closer to home are the better for us. We do not, because there is something that we know about the 21st century now, that the war of, just as one of the advocacy that happened, and then we have to offer this free SSL for clients' account, because it does not only harm the client's website, it also causes harm and a big harm to the web hosting company as well. All of this harm is that when your site is vulnerable, because this thing, okay, yes, let me say, this happens to most WordPress websites. When maybe the developer has not updated their plugins or not updated the WordPress itself, they are vulnerable to attacks, they are vulnerable to phishing attacks. And when these websites are being, there are authorities over the internet, regulates the internet. When they see these things, they send emails, come to investigate this issue, we have to bring back a site online. These people send another email, and they didn't even care to send a third email. Our IP was blacklisted. This scenario. So, when we provide this free security to you, I don't think anybody should sit with this security, because what is the security? Maybe the things are coming with baiting as well, or they don't even, maybe they are coming with blue, and then they see baiting, they run away. But watching an extra security will mean giving your security man an AK-47. So when they are thieves or when they are acting this RPG, if your web hosting does not prioritize website security, wide open. High quality hosts will have things in means a more responsive connection. To get this is very viable, simple ways to know this. via ping text. If you are using a Windows computer, Windows R will do this typing and the domain name. You will get information, you will get the IP of these people, and then you can investigate via IP. And then 2 I was hosting with company. This application came down and it is hosting company to quickly provide backup for him. And then they chatted them up. They had a Skype support. I need help now. Like the owner of this application is on him and he needed support there and then. Although there may be issues. This is to show you that TF Host is hosting locally in Nigeria. And look at one of the Nigerian hosts as well. That's okay, let's say a supposed Nigerian host. Look at that time. The time that the IP took to respond, 132 milliseconds, 131 milliseconds, 30 milliseconds. The list of this response time is 130 milliseconds. With this, you can know that no, this person is not hosting in Nigeria. Because when you are using, regardless of the speed of your internet, this website, lastly, the only thing that will happen is that it will time out. But when it sees a signal, it will tell you the amount of time that it took to respond. So as you can see, the decision to invest in hosting, okay, spend some time researching all of the web hosting options you have available. Hopefully, you have a better understanding of why you need web hosting, what to look for from your hosting company, and you're on your way towards choosing the best host for your needs. Now, being a reseller with TF Host now, to become a reseller for TF Host, one must choose from, one of the 3 packages. We have 3 packages for our hosting, a complete reseller program. Because as though your 15,000 naira is your balance to sell from, which and has no bounds to numbers of accounts that can be registered. Now the silver reseller package goes for 30,000 naira, which also serves as your starting balance and has no bounds of numbers of accounts that can be registered. Also, the gold reseller goes for 50,000 naira, which also serves as your starting balance and has no bounds of accounts that can be registered. Now the differences between these plans is their discount rates. For the bronze reseller, he gets a 5% discount on all of our hosting products, all of our shared hosting services. And one of the advantages that you have is that we're actually the cheapest and the most affordable hosting company in Africa. This means that you can sell unlimited products and earn unlimited income without a rent fee at the end of any billing cycle. The main difference between the 3 packages is that while the price of a reseller is scalable and unlimited at the monthly price, we do not charge you monthly for your reseller package. Your balance is what you resell from. Now, are you a webmaster or are you willing to resell using your website and brand? Thanks to our reseller, our completely automated solution, no need to invest in hardware, server maintenance, utility updates, or staff. All you need to do is to create a store and forward traffic to your hosting company. So if you're a webmaster or a web designer, or you just have traffic that you cannot monetize satisfactorily, then our reseller program is the perfect solution to extend and distribute by forwarding traffic to your reseller store or introduce your hosting company to your existing clients. Now these are the CFO's services that you can offer on your store. We have shared hosting service, we have the virtual private server hosting. I mean, with this our reseller program, you can actually resell all of our shared hosting plans. You can resell and well-established websites by easily linking your store URL into it. So we handle the life cycle of a client, starting from server maintenance, excuse me. Starting from server maintenance, we provide technical support, control panel updates, hardware expenses, and all this is included and professionally operated by experienced staff. Join us today to earn money from your existing traffic month by month, year by year, and become a well-recognized web hosting company that is earning steady income. Now, if you're a webmaster, you can expand your portfolio and start earning with TFOs. Now, free website for the world. I think I'll get every host account on TFOs. It's actually sold by some providers, but TFOs offers this service for free. With our website builder, you can build a site with your drag and drop, just upload your pictures, your contents, and then you get it for free. Even as a reseller, your customers will benefit from this program. Now, let's speak on the PHMCS. Our reseller program is a complete PHMCS program. And we all know some of our termination, suspension, billing, invoicing, and all of that. WHMCS is a powerful automation and support tool. With our reseller program, like I said, it's a WHMCS platform where everything is automated. From sign-ups to suspension to invoicing to domain name, .com.ng domain name for your store for free. This will be the end of my presentation. I would like to take your questions now.
What I want to find out is if the WHMCS is actually free or is built monthly or yearly. Thank you.
I'm a reseller now. Website that they can ask me questions.
Director said something like, if I move to your company at FT Nigeria, there's something I want with you now, for instance. Everyone wants to pay like Facebook. I'm ready to pay exactly like Facebook page. So I want to Nigeria hosting company to begin to tip towards that direction. Not that after making money, confuse us to come to Nigeria hosting. One day, everything will now move. I want to become a governor. Thank you.
My name is Nathaniel Morgan. Alright, first question is, do you provide pure I would like to know if you allow due diligence since you're in Nigeria, if it's possible for us to come to due diligence to see your physical location. And also, I would like to know if your physical location is in any of the tier 3 locations that we have in Nigeria. Lastly, I'd like to know
Chat on your website. There's a provision